Hi everyone, this is Catherine and welcome back. So today we are making a kokedama kit. So we're going to walk you through the supplies you all received. So everyone received a little care instruction card as far as how to care for it. So also some step-by-step steps and of course the QR code that landed you here. First thing that you're going to find, it's alive. Our spider plant. Okay, this is a tropical spider plant. So it's one pod right there. Our stringy moss, our soil, and twine. What you will need to bring to class is some water. So I'm actually using a spray bottle to help kind of moisten the soil as we continue to work with it. So it is going to get messy. So a little warning, make sure that your space is clear. Make sure that you're not too close to your keyboard so that soil droppings do not land right on top of it. All right, so we're going to start to take out the soil out of our Ziploc bag. All right, so very first thing is I'm going to lay it on here. And I'm just I am making a mess. Can't control it. So as you feel, the soil is mushy, but we need it very mushy. So I'm with my spray, I'm just gonna go in and wet. I want to see mud when I'm working with kokedama and when we're going to be molding it. Think of it as like a plant in a meeple. We're going to be molding it, so you want to make sure you have a lot of water on hand. So even I'm using a spray bottle, but if you have a bucket of water, it might be optimal to have that in hand. I'm just going to go in and actually pour water. Okay. I'm going to grab my kokedama. I'm going to place it in the center of it, and then I'm going to start to grab my soil and push towards it. As I'm pushing towards it, I'm molding like a circular ball-like formation. We want to make sure we're using all soil. If you don't end up using all of it, it's not the end of the world. But why not mold it into something bigger? So again, just adding more water. So the water is going to help you mold this. So you're going to continue to shift it around, really mold it. As you see, when you're squishing down on a soil, you should almost hear the water kind of, you should be able to feel it. Okay. Then we're going to start to add in the decoration piece of our kokedama, which is going to be our stringy moss. You could choose to do this afterwards or before. I like to do it before, just because it helps when we go into adding the string. It actually makes it easier. So I'm just kind of opening it up, kind of creating like a little shelf for it to sit in, because it looks like a little egg. Then we start to apply our stringy moss in and around it, like so. Now we're going to go in and get our string. With our string, we're going to start to tie it around. So here with one finger, I'm holding it down this way, and we'll start to wrap it around. You want to make sure that you're covering it in different angles. So if you need to separate, oops, just want to make sure my string doesn't get knotted, which is happening right now. Okay, perfect. Then you're going to go in and continue. This string is really going to help hold everything together. You might have many questions, and don't worry, I'm going to go through what those questions are, like how are we going to water? We're going to be going through that whole segment, but for right now, we're just really tying this in and around together. It almost looks like a little pineapple top. Ta-da. Now, had you decided that you want the stringy part to kind of be on the outside of your kokedama, you certainly can. It would just then be, see all these little leftover strings, is just kind of tucking it in around the string. Okay. This is your kokedama. You could place it on like a little dish if you like. If you wanted to get like a little chain and hang it, you certainly can. Next part of this session is I'm going to teach you how also water. Because we are working with a tropical plant, it is very important that you do water your kokedama once to maximum twice a week, depending on where you're placing your plant. It is a tropical plant, so it likes a lot of humidity and light. So because we are in the summertime, I'm based out of New Jersey, this plant could technically live outdoors. In the wintertime, I will bring it inside to avoid any cold weather to damage my plant, okay? All right, everyone. So let's say, how are we going to care for a kokedama? Let's say a week goes by or several days go by after being watered. Just to make sure if you want to make sure that your soil is not fully drying up, I left like this little part right here. You could press down your finger down to see if it needs more hydration or not. You want to make sure it's moist at all times. So I have this bowl where I filled up with warm luke water. Not too cold, not too hot. Here's my kokedama, and you're going to submerge it in the water so that the water, right, if you need to help like squish down and remold it as you add it in your water, the hydration just needs to get in there is really the main goal. So that's really the steps of how you're going to care for your kokedama, right? You're always going to submerge into your little egg formation. And thanks again, everyone. I hope you all enjoy your kokedama project.